on the very same location. Joining me now is Rhode Island Democratic Congressman James Langevin, who was left paralyzed in an accidental shooting when he was a teenager. Thank you for being with us this morning, Congressman.
Thank you, Richard. Great to be with you.
Let me start with this. Just last week, we learned the NRA had its best fundraising month in a decade. $1.6 million in February alone. And with that intensity that we've seen on the NRA side and Congress so divided by region, urban, and as well ideology, are gun control advocates losing steam? And do they need help from folks like Bloomberg, who is now starting his 13-state ad campaign?
Well, there's no doubt that the NRA is a well-financed, powerful lobby in Washington, D.C. And that's why I'm so grateful that Mayor Bloomberg is willing to put his money where his mouth is, and it made this into an issue of really clash of the titans. We have now two well-financed operations trying to make the case. In this case, Mayor Bloomberg fighting for stronger gun safety measures. And the difference really here is that Mayor Bloomberg has the American people, I believe, on his side. 90% of the American people support stronger background checks. In fact, even 80% of gun owners support strong background checks for people that are purchasing a weapon, so that these weapons don't get into the wrong hands, into the hands of criminals or those who are determined to, because of mental illness, to determine that they'd be a danger to themselves or the community. So thank you, Mayor Bloomberg, and his organization that he's supporting mayors against illegal guns, because they're making a difference.
He has received some criticism here. The NRA's Wayne LaPierre said to NBC's David Gregory about Mayor Bloomberg this. Take a listen.
People all over, millions of people sending us $5, $10, $15, $20 checks saying, stand up to this guy that says we can only have 3 bullets, which is what he said. Stand up to this guy that says ridiculous things like the NRA wants firearms with nukes on them. I mean, it's insane.
Well, LaPierre also says that Bloomberg wants to buy America. You heard what he just said. He called it insane. When you look at this, could Bloomberg's massive wealth interfere with his message, along with all of these other criticisms that are being levied by the NRA?
Well, it's not just, of course, Mayor Bloomberg. You have the Brady campaign, which is an organization that's fighting for stronger gun safety measures as well, along with the American people. And there are just as many, I believe, just individuals and families and that are willing to send in those $5 and $10 contributions that are also adding to the effort. And of course, would encourage Mayor Bloomberg and the Brady campaign to continue to reach out to just average contributors that would be able to match what the NRA in terms of is raising in terms of money. But clearly this is it. The message is on the side of stronger gun safety. The American people want it. They need to make sure that we're speaking out vociferously now to members of the House and the Senate so that they get the message that let's find a common sense approach, that we come together on both sides of the issue, and I think we should be able to at least agree that we can have a strong
The question might be whether it is effective. The Washington Post Chris is saying this of Bloomberg's campaign, quote, there's plenty of reason to think that Bloomberg may be charging at a windmill with this latest round of ads. The funny thing, he doesn't seem to care, which is why, win or lose in this fight, he remains one of the most compelling actors in the political world, end quote. Do you agree here with Chris that Bloomberg may be charging at the windmills, that he has nothing to win or lose here?
I don't think that Mayor Bloomberg is charging at windmills here, and certainly the families who lost loved ones at the Sandy Hook Elementary School shooting don't think that he's charging at windmills. Certainly, I believe that Gabby Giffords and her husband Mark don't believe that he's charging at windmills. People that have lost family members across the country, this isn't a quixotic approach to asking for stronger gun safety legislation. As the President said in his State of the Union message, and I was proud to join with Carolyn McCarthy and Keith Ellison in encouraging members of Congress to give up their one State of the Union ticket to someone who's been a victim of gun violence or has lost someone to gun violence, and have them in the gallery that night. The President said clearly they deserve a vote. And that's what we're asking for, is to bring these gun safety measures to the floor. Let us have an up or down vote. Let us make the case on both sides of the issue and let the chips fall where they may. And I believe that given that opportunity, we're going to pass stronger gun safety laws, including stronger background checks.
Congressman James Langevin of Rhode Island, thank you for your time today.